Oh, hey, you there? Welcome back to the Concert Buddy channel. It's Concert Buddy. What's up, buddies? Back with a staple, becoming a fan favorite here on the YouTube channel, talking about the eBay top 10, top 10 most expensive records sold June 2025. You don't need me to hear do a bunch of yah-yahs and ha-has. Let's just get into the list right after the intro.
10.
First up, number 10, we've got Larry Marshall on a 45. Actually, it's an A and a B side. Larry Marshall on the A side. The song is No One to Give Me Love. And the B side is a gentleman named Phil Pratt. The song is Safe Travel. This sold for a whopping, you ready for this? $3,345.63 USD. This looks like it originally sold in the UK. GBP, Great Britain pounds. And it was actually a pretty contested auction. 17 bids. It closed on the 22nd of June. And this is marketed as a clean label, UK first press. Now, I didn't know a lot about this artist. I didn't even know a lot about the Cal Tone label. But Larry Marshall apparently was a reggae singer from this era. And this was a highly coveted 45 on eBay. Now, when I went over to Discogs to check the comps, it's not that hard to find. So I think as I'm doing this series, and maybe as you're watching the series, you can kind of see that eBay and Discogs, while you have some crossover and the buyers and the seriousness of the record collectors, a lot of times eBay seems to have a larger reach for the what I'll call unconventional buyers, because if you go on Discogs right now, you're going to find this record considerably cheaper. There's one in Germany right now for like $80. There's one in the States. That is considerably less. So the fact this went for $3,000, more power to you. But do your homework is all I'm going to say. So let's get into the next one.
Number nine.
We've got another 45. This could be a big 45 month. It's from the Soul Vendors. The song is Real Rock. This is on Coxone labels, or Coxone. Maybe tell me in the comments below. These 45 labels, especially the older stuff, it's a wide variety of labels that put a lot of this stuff out. So again, like the last one, this one was another title, another piece sold across the pond. See GBP here this time. This one sold for a whopping $3,404.84 USD. Again, another contested auction, 25 bids. Had a lot of activity. This one closed on the 22nd, Sunday, June. I'm not very familiar. Again, it looks like just two pictures, so not a lot to see here. I wish there was more. But again, $15, Royal Mail, beautiful. It's always good to see not terribly expensive stuff when it comes to the shipping charges. Now, when I went on Discogs to kind of compare, this one goes for hundreds at least. This one, the last sold on Discogs was back in June. What do you know? Actually, the same date. Whoa, that's some spooky stuff. On the 22nd, sold for $588.24 USD converted. So not $3,000 like this one went for, but at least it's a little bit closer to the pin. Anyway, the Soul Vendors, Real Rock.
DD Mangudu.
Number 8.
All right, next one is something that makes a little bit more sense for the value-ish. And this is Sleep. This is a box set. Sleep is kind of like a stoner rock band.
Correction.
Sundowning box set. I guess they only did 500 of these. Complete and unplayed in the description. This one sold here in the States for $3,550. Not a very contentious auction. There's only a couple buyers, probably a very niche item. It's probably something that, again, they only made 500 of them. So I think they know what they're doing from a let's not get above our skis situation. This one came from Marietta, Georgia. Let's look at some pictures here because I'm not familiar. Like a white box. Let's blow this up. Pow. Yeah, so this one, again, they said it was unplayed. Colored wax. You got some gray. You got some red. You got a couple of, let's call those coffee color. I don't know. A little creamy coffee. Yeah, so I like it when they have a lot of photos makes you feel like you can actually see. And this is, again, one of the strengths of eBay is you can actually see what you're buying versus Discogs. You got to, fingers crossed, that the description matches what they're talking about. But here we go. I've been saying it on this series for a long time, buddies. Free UPS shipping. Yes. Again, we're paying the big bucks, folks. We should be getting great shipping and hopefully very inexpensive shipping relative to these records we're buying. So I hope this gentleman is happy, or this person is happy who sold the record, but I have a person who bought the record is even more happy. So more power to you. A box set, so you feel like you're getting a little bit more value on this one. Let's get into the next one.
Number 7.
You wanted the best. You got me. And you got this record. This is Kiss. You might have heard of them. Small little band. Started in New York. This is a compilation. This is the best of Kiss. 1982. This is, I believe, a Japanese release only. Let's look at some of these photos, because I always like this part of it. I like the presentation. Nice work. Well, first of all, before I even get into that, how much does this guy sell for? Sold for $4,200. $4,200. Smackers. Now, UPS shipping, they charge $20. Okay, not going to be too critical about that, especially if you're getting it second day air. But let's get into these photos. You got nice presentation, nice way to merchandise the item. It's on that Casablanca label. Casablanca, arguably one of my favorite labels. I do like when they point out there's like a little scratch. You know, sometimes people would write on these jackets back in the day, or they'd scratch them and drop them, all that kind of stuff. So when you're spending big bucks like this, I do appreciate when they go to the little details, showing the the boo-boos, vinyl boo-boos. Here we go. Got a couple vinyl boo-boos on the spine and on the lower lip of the bottom of the sleeve. Here's your inners in Japanese. Digging it. So I don't know. Again, I only know enough Kiss stuff to have a very remedial, call it entry-level conversation about this band, but this must be a very coveted item. Let's go to Discogs. In fact, Discogs, this item is never sold on Discogs. Never sold. And only 11 people have it. So this is something that a super Kiss fan needs, wants, desires. Tell me, I know Kiss people watch my program, and I'm friends with some Kiss people. Tell me in the comments below. The Discogs notes did say this is widely recognized as the rarest Kiss record ever pressed. And it was only available through mail order in Japan. So extremely, extremely hard to find, and extremely, extremely expensive. Wow. Can I be your friend? Can I be your friend, Felix Torture?
Sure.
No, that's the seller, right? That's not the buyer. But the buyer, I want to be your friend too. Anyway, let's get into the next one.
And number 6.
So we've got a fun one here coming up. This is something that was not meant to be sold. This is what we call a sample or a test press. This is Genesis Live at Leichester. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. This is my friends overseas can kill me on this one about the mispronunciation. This was from 1973. This was only pressed in the Netherlands, Dutch, 2LP. This one sold for $4,277.79 USD. 5 people were tempting fate trying to get this piece. This one sold toward the end of the month on the 25th. Looks like it came from Australia because the conversion is AU here. The shipping is it's okay. It's a little expensive, $30 USD, but what are you going to do? Again, test pressing is it's kind of like it's a niche within the niche, right? Especially if like you're a big fan of these bands, you want that test pressing, which personally, side note, not really my thing. I can appreciate them, but aren't test pressing sometimes going to be flawed? That's just my 2 cents. Let's look at some photos on this one, because somebody spent a lot of money on it. Look, handwritten note. Here we go. Yep. So it comes with this kind of very granular sleeve. The writing, again, this is this is just bare bones. This is what makes these things very coveted. Again, a kind of a sub niche within the hobby. Now this one says live at Manchester. Is that the B-side? Interesting. So interesting that this actually came with a jacket. Usually these test pressings are generic sleeved, either in the white paper or sometimes like the hard white cardboard. This one actually came with a sleeve, so that's interesting. this is your thing, more power to you. But for me, I can appreciate it from afar. When you're looking at Discog comps in November of 2022, this one sold for $941. Before that, sold in 2020 for $3,176. And before that, we got another one. Before that, July of 2019, it sold for $4,117. Kind of tracks. Again, niche within the niche. It's kind of making sense. So it's not really, while it's more expensive than the last Discogs comp, it's kind of in range of where these things have been selling. So big Genesis fan, big piece, more power to you. Show me the next one, Daddy.
Number 5.
We've got an old favorite here in this series. These are our friends at the Jazz Record Center. Coming up with some real heat, some real jazz heat this time. This is Tina Brooks on Blue Note 4041, number 4041. This one went $4,850 with 13 bids. This one closed a little bit earlier in the month this time, June 9. This one wrapped up. Let's look at some photos. I believe this is a mono press. Jacket looks very, very nice. Very clean, got that nice gloss. There's a picture of Mr. Tina Brooks right there. The back, a little soiling here, a little moisture here on the left panel on the mouth. But for the most part, looks like a real nice jacket. There's that Blue Note label, looking good. 47 West 63rd. Call out there, and yeah, the back looks like another nice piece of photography on that label. Jazzhead, you tell me, is this a super hard to find record? Especially, I know the early Blue Note monos, people just go gaga for them. I will say that if you go on Discogs right now, there's a copy available for the low price, lower than this, $1,750, $1,750 from the country like I am. But the last one of these sold on Discogs early May 3rd, for $1,300 in what I would say is probably considerably lesser condition. They had it as a G plus condition. Sleeve is G plus as well. Good plus. Rips on the cover, seam splitting, plays better than it looks. Don't you always like those kind of terms when you're buying something, especially virtually like this? Better, plays better than it looks. Okay, well, again, relative. But this is a Rudy Van Gelder piece of magic, piece of history. I kind of wish I knew a little bit more about jazz for things like this, because then I could be a little more nuanced. I could put on my smoking jacket, could have my pipe, and I could pontificate about what makes this such a exquisite, a divine piece. But hey, if you're in the know, now you know.
Number 4.
So we're back in 45 land, buddies. This one is Orquesta La Oposicion. I was doing pretty well there. El Rumbero está aquí tabú. 45. This is a 45. Shocker. Salsa Wakango. Man, I need Jose here. Jose, wherever you are. Bong Daddy, need you. Don't know what this is. I've never listened to it before. I can tell you the singer, cantar means to sing, is Gilberto Coco Diaz. My man, Coco Diaz. Now this one sold for the low price of $5,100. It had 33 bids. This one went crazy competition. This one sold on June 21st. It's a Saturday. So somebody must have really wanted this. Those weekends are kind of the times to snipe, I've noticed on eBay. From years and years of buying not just records, but other collectibles and memorabilia. Like $5,100. This one's coming from New York. New York, the Empire State. Oh, buddies, here we go again. We've got one. $6 medium mail. Come on, man. It's a $5,000 record. Got to do better. Again, 45, not a lot to show. From Taboo record label. Taboo. Hey, this Grail. That's all you need to know. It has the word Grail in it. It must be good. I can tell you, our friends at Discogs, this has never sold. This has been on the 7 people have it, and 151 want it. So it's something that there's some interest, but again, it's very niche interest and very, very, very pocket generous folks are on this one.
Number 3.
Next up is a band you may have heard of, small band called the Rolling Stones. Now, I like the way that they did the description of this item. The holy grail of Rolling Stones picture sleeves. Beast of Burden original. Okay, well, time will tell. Now you got the holy grail of prices. You got it for just under $6,000, $5,995. Oof. Now it's again New York. All right, back. We got another New York sale here. It's from Rockville Center, New York. Description, a little bit extra context. The picture sleeve is mint, and the vinyl is mint. This is a promo copy, promo white sleeve. Let's look at a couple of the photos here. I guess the big draw, and Stones fans, tell me if I'm wrong, I guess coming in this picture sleeve makes it extremely collectible, because I guess this was not issued to the masses. I don't know. Tell me about it. But I will say, in terms of condition, this picture sleeve is fantastic. Like, almost right off the press. Sharp corners, snazzy, good photos. There's a picture of the white label promo. It has a little wear. Now this is, you call it mint, but you got some wear here around the spindle hole. So I think we need to go back to school on the terminology. How about we call it a VG plus 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 plus. I had about 30 pluses to that. But hey, if you're a Stones fan, and this apparently is a very collectible piece, this one closed on right under the gun, Monday, June 30th. How much are they trying to get for shipping? There we go. Attaboy. Free USPS ground advantage. Hopefully you're insuring this one. Let's talk about comps on our friend Discogs. Now, the best I could find, I couldn't find any white label promos on this one. I did find this title. I found it with the traditional yellow label from the Rolling Stones' own imprint label. It goes for a lot cheaper. So my assumption is twofold. The reason this was so expensive is it's a white label promo and no one has it. It's not even on Discogs in this form and iteration. And that jacket, that little picture sleeve is choice. A delightful add to your collection. More power to you, sir.
Number 2.
Got another 45. See, we're really 45 heavy this month in June on eBay. This one is from the Reactors. The A side, I Want Sex. The B side, The Seduction Center. What a great name for a song, The Seduction Center. Have you been to the Seduction Center? I used to chair the Seduction Center, if you know what I'm saying. This one from Red Scroll. Okay, this is a store up on the East Coast. I've bought stuff from them before online. $6,600 US. Good for you. Way to go. 32 bids. And this one was a little bit earlier in the month on June 9th, a Monday. Now the condition, VG, pencil notation on back of sleeve, fast and noisy with a Z, noisy. I like it, nice touch. And free, priority shipping, here we go. This is how it's done. You can tell this is a record store. They know what's up. Let's look at a couple of these photos. You've got a very, very, let's call it Spartan picture sleeve for this 45. Red label, The Seduction Center. Man, I just can't get over that. What a great title for a song. Now here's the front of the picture sleeve. A little checker box. It's putting me in some kind of psychedelic realm here. I do think this is a pretty cool piece. Do I think it is $6,600? Cool, not for me, but for you. Maybe you're watching this at home. You can tell me what a clown I am in the comments. But apparently this is something that somebody wanted very, very bad. I will say this has not sold. Talking about scarcity and rareness. This hasn't sold on Discogs since 2014. Back then it was $10. $10 piece. It might have been the only time it's ever sold. Let's take a look. Boop bop. I know you can't see this. But yeah, it's the only time it's ever sold on Discogs. $10 over 10 years ago. So congratulations, new owner.
Police department in California is taking an unusual approach to catch porn pirates red-handed.
Porch pirates, yes.
Oh, pardon me.
Number 1.
Well, here we are. We've got a very famous, call it punk outfit, Samhain, however you want to pronounce it. Now, I'm going to butcher this. This is Initium. First pressing. This is apparently an extremely rare piece. Sold by IM Records. Congratulations to you for selling this item for almost $13,000, $12,766. 4 people. There's 4 bids. There were some folks after this one. Local pickup only. Wow. So they're not even willing to ship it. Like, they're not even going to take the chance on insuring it. It's got to be local only. So it could have been some kind of Vegas celebrity, Zach Bagans, maybe. Maybe it's Chum Lee from Pawn Stars. Who knows? But they wouldn't even ship this sumbitch. So that's got to tell you something. Let's take a look at some of the pictures. We do have some video. Maybe I'll play a little bit of that video right quick. Gray marble, pretty cool. And this came out, I think, I'm going to say like 80s. So this is like 84. And so like getting kind of the multicolor was not too conventional back then. Man, look at this. Yo. These guys had some fun. Glenn Danzig. Oh man, have you seen my man Glenn lately? He's enjoying life. But man, I love this kind of stuff. I'm not a big punk rock person, but I can appreciate Danzig, the Misfits, and even Samhain. I probably mispronounced that. Shows you what a clown I am. I'm not really sure what this photo is trying to convey. Maybe somebody was passed out at the turntable. Dead wax photos. Highly appreciated by this collector. A lot of detail. This is the person who owns it is featured in a magazine, I suppose. A magazine article about this. Wow. Okay. Well, I can dig it. Interesting. I mean, this is the first I've seen about this. This is, So this must be a collector that, is this autographed? We've got some kind of signature on here. So now, wow, interesting. Wow. Oh, and we've got a detail. Talks about, I guess, a scarcity. So to get the big bucks, they did this right. I'll give them a lot of credit. This is well done. Auction. Almost $13,000. High marks to you. This one closed on the 28th of June, just right at the end of the month. Wow. A+, guys, all around.
Gavin, you stupid dingleberry, what you listening to? Wuss tunes? Turn it off!
And buddies, that's it. We've done it again. The program is concluding. Put your tables and chairs back in their upright position. We're about to land this expensive plane. What do you think? Those are some interesting titles, right? A lot more 45s this month. It's kind of interesting. I guess just depends on what comes up and who wants to buy it and how the money exchanges hands. Tell me in the comments below what you thought about this video, these titles. Tell me how I'm mispronouncing everything and anything under the sun. Hey, I'm learning. This is what I like about this hobby. You're always on your feet and you're always learning. Anyway, buddies, that's it for this month. This month's version, June 2025, eBay top 10 pound. Records sold. I will see you next time. But when you get the chance, definitely watch a video like this and watch Surface Noise every Thursday, 8 o'clock Central on this YouTube channel. When you get the chance, listen to your records, buy expensive records or buy cheap records. Just spin it. See you soon.
Well. How the turntables...
Well, we out of time.